my name is Barnett. I'm a video game programmer, and aspiring developers will often ask me, what classes did I take in college and in high school that I thought were the most useful in my later career as a game developer. This is coming from the perspective of a programmer. So, if you're into art or design or whatever, your mileage may vary. But definitely math and computer science are, obviously important. In terms of math, the thing that I find most useful, the thing that I use literally every day, is linear algebra, which is, it's kind of an advanced version of understanding dimensional spaces, vectors, matrices, and sort of like computational math in solving those sorts of equations and keeping track of those sorts of variables. That's used extensively in games. Everything from collision to physics to graphics programming, all of that uses linear algebra. It's super, super important. It's a college level class. It's a more advanced class, and there's lots of classes like linear algebra 1 and 2 and 3 and, etc. That are all super important to video game programming. It's more of a geometry-based math, I guess. And, everything below that, geometry, trigonometry, algebra, of course, those are all, a basis of linear algebra, and those are super important too. Let's see. So then there's things like calculus, and then all the weird derivatives of that, like wavelets and stuff. And calculus is really important. Not as important as linear algebra. Calculus is used in physics and in graphing complicated equations that you might use in like MMO economies and a bunch of other stuff. But I would say it's probably not as important as linear algebra. Let's see. So that's math. I don't think you need to be the greatest at math to understand programming. I think as long as you understand how logic works, that's probably more important. And if you understand some of the basics of these math concepts that I'm talking about enough so that you can go online and read papers about how to use the formulas that you'll need, that might be more important than understanding everything by memory. For programming, game programming is super complicated in that you have to do the things you're doing in game programming are kind of pushing the edge of what's possible in real-time simulation. So not only do you have to do really, really complicated stuff, but it has to run fast enough so that it can update, 60 times a second or 30 times a second or, whatever is required for your game. So, I don't know, I've kind of found that learning the types of programming that I need to make games, I feel like I could adapt those skills to programming in any other type of field. And of course, there's some programming fields like astrophysics where I think precision is probably a lot more important, or the medical field where precision is a lot more important than it would be in game programming. But for the most part, game programming is probably one of the most complicated types that combines all the other types in various ways. So learning a lot of game programming and coding is important. Let's see. What else is there to say about classes? Coming out of high school, I was a pretty good student. I got good grades on stuff, and I loved math. But but I mean, I wasn't the greatest at it. I just worked really hard, and whenever there was homework, I did it, and whenever I didn't understand something, I asked somebody how to do it until I figured it out. And that's basically it. Before DigiPen, I had quite a bit of programming background. Like in middle school and in high school, I started programming on my own. I just taught myself BASIC, just out of a library book. And then later on in high school, I learned Pascal in the class, and then I learned C++ in a class. And I did some stuff on my own. I would write little tools like, convert these files from this file format to this file format, or I would just do like little games in a game creation tool called Click and Play, which has kind of evolved into Game Creator. So I would do logic-based stuff in those as well. But I mean, like everything that I learned before DigiPen, over the course of about 6 years, by the end of the first year at DigiPen, I kind of relearned all that stuff. So it took all of the 6 years of stuff I learned on my own and kind of compressed it into a single year. And after that, I was learning, like, everything I learned beyond that point was basically new to me. So in my, like, team of people that we developed Narbacular Drop together and Portal together, Dave had been programming a lot before DigiPen, like me, but Garrett and Kim had not done much programming, maybe none, if I remember right, before going to DigiPen, and so, they ended up in the exact same place I did with no experience. So I don't think experience in programming is required before you go to DigiPen, or before you go to college, or before you start learning to make games. I think that's all I have to say about courses. I mean, we took a lot of other courses at DigiPen that were not specifically game programming related. There were physics classes, like advanced physics classes, but there was also like English and sociology and like other stuff that kind of made it a more rounded course load. I think that's all. If you enjoyed the answer to that question, I will record more answers to more questions and watch them if you enjoyed that. Thank you very much.